on Windy City Weekend, Ife Butler joins Ryan and Val for Host Chat. Plus, we show you an easy recipe for a savory weeknight dinner. And lead singer from the band High Infidelity tells us about a weekend concert to benefit the American Parkinson Disease Association. Now, here are your hosts, Val Warner and Ryan Cheverini.
Sold out crowd.
Welcome to Windy City Weekend. It is Friday, April 17th, and 2 months since the two of us have been together.
Insane. Now, we have seen each other and we have spoken, but it's still different.
We haven't been together
We haven't been together.
in 2 months.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
seriously, though, it's weird because for 10 years, we saw each other every day,
Yeah.
Monday through
Yes.
Friday, and sometimes
Yes.
on the weekends.
Right.
And then now it's like our lives are very different because of
Very.
our schedules, but
Mhm.
then you went off and had this knee injury and became
Yeah.
a RoboCop.
And no exciting story behind it. Everyone keeps saying, well, how did you do it? I'm walking.
So you got to make up stories.
Oh,
You gotta-
give me
yes.
something. Give me something creative.
No, it's like,
I was playing hockey with you.
there you go.
Okay. And
There you go.
Eddie.
Yeah, or, it's like the Fight Club, but you're not supposed to talk about the Fight Club?
Oh. And I mean, I don't know. The guns, they were there. They're kind of going away, but I'm bringing them back for
Yeah.
summertime.
You're bringing it back. So you got hurt, you got surgery, you've
Yep.
been on the road to recovery. You got a colonoscopy, I saw.
You saw that.
I think we all saw it, and there's certain...
No, you didn't see it.
Well, I saw...
I spared you.
I saw your reel.
Was it funny? It was kind of funny, though,
It was
wasn't it?
hilarious, but only you. I was like, only Val would make a reel about drinking the prep, about going to the bathroom. Like, some people, like bathroom humor and stuff is, like, not my thing, or just bathroom, like, and it's like...
And you know I love it.
Oh, we love it. We're very different that way.
But I will say, I did run that past one person just to make sure it was okay, and it was kind of funny. I just wanted to bring a little bit of smile and joy to people's day. And I did send a very serious message about, obviously get checked, because if you have a history of it at 45, you need to be doing that. But everybody thinks the prep is like death and destruction, right? Like it's the worst thing in the world. Now, granted, it's no walk in the park, but if you chug that stuff, just chug it, right? Just get it over. Do the 2. Here's my recommendations, because you're next.
I already did it.
Oh, you've done one?
I woke up in the middle of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah, not fun. I was very groggy.
What?
It's true. I woke
What
up.
did you see when you woke up in the middle of
I
it?
saw the monitor of what the doctor was seeing.
So you saw your insides.
Yeah.
Were they clean?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That was fine after, but I was so groggy that you don't know what's going on. You feel like you're in a dream state. And I was like, is it over? And they're like, oh, not yet. It's almost. And then I was...
Ryan, I did not wake up at all. Wait, let me get back to the prep, though, real quick. So my 2 pieces of advice, I would not schedule one for 7 a.m. because if you do the 2-bottle prep, there's the big gallon and the 2-bottle prep. If you do the 2-bottle prep, you have to take the second dose 5 hours before your appointment. My appointment was at 7 a.m. So you know what time I had to get up to drink it? 2 a.m. Once you drink it, then you're married to the bathroom. So there was no sleep between 2 and, when I got up. But as far as when you get there and they put you in a twilight, you got the IV, and they put you under twilight, I remember them saying, okay, we're just going to give you a little medicine right now. I was like, okay. I don't remember anything until she said, do you want pretzels or graham crackers? And I was like, it's over? And then I was like, is everything okay down there? Because they, have to prep you everywhere for your colonoscopy, but
Yeah.
they don't.
This is great lunchtime talk, by the way. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. If you're in your break room right now at work or at home.
Just keeping it real. But listen, get it. Don't let
Yeah,
people
get
scare you out of getting it. It really is, something that you can bear, and you will find out, if everything's okay. And that's the whole goal, right?
Yep, and they did move the age down to 45.
They moved it down to 45, so I won't have another one until I'm 62 now. 10 years.
Oh, beautiful. See, I only got 7 years, but everything was good.
Oh, okay, good.
That's
All
it.
right.
All right.
So,
Enough of that. There's a new saying out, and...
it's not 6'7".
I hate that.
You hate 6'7"?
Still
I think it's over. I think it's over.
Thank God. That was
Why did you hate
That
it?
was the dumbest thing ever. 6'7" was the dumbest thing.
Well, think about,
it
like-
didn't make sense. Like, nobody knew what it even meant.
Right.
But anyway, so now the new saying is, you the birthday. And do you know what that means? I didn't know what it meant.
I do know what it means.
Did you know before today?
I read up on it.
Okay.
So I have not heard it used in an expression to me or used it with someone else. But essentially, it's like, you're the vibe. think about birthday, it's like kind of like your day, your energy. So if somebody goes, you're the birthday, that means you are a whole vibe. So of course,
That's why you like it, because you really are the birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. You are the birthday. It's the energy.
It's the energy.
Yeah.
It's the energy. And I mean, some people would say, oh, it's very main character energy. But for your birthday, I tell everybody this. Everybody's birthday, that is your day. That is your personal holiday, your reset day, whatever it is, your new year. But it is literally your day. You can be the birthday. You can be main character energy on your birthday.
Yeah, and speaking of birthdays, we missed your birthday. We wished you happy birthday on the show. You
I
were
saw.
gone.
Yeah.
And I did stop by the house.
You did, with pizzas.
And made it rain.
And you didn't.
Well, I went again.
Yes.
I helped contribute to the money. But I did say that I'm going to take you out because I wanted to wait till you got back. I'm going to take you out for your birthday. And I did say we're going to get you a very nice gift. So
Is it coming out right now?
it's not.
Where is it?
I'm trying to get some ideas so we know
Oh,
what
I
to
got
get you.
some ideas. I had a lot of time on the couch to peruse everything. But you know, right now I can't wear heels. So
No red bottoms?
I'm sure there's some red bottom flats
No red
that we can figure out. Or there's a cute little purse that I can get or something. But yeah, no heels for me. We're working our way back into today's my first day in clogs. And Rosa, our floor director, looked at me today. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just, foraying back to, I gotta get back to me.
You'll get there. Did you watch Love on the Spectrum when you were...
No,
Yeah,
I watched Tell Me Lies.
Oh, Tell Me Lies?
On Hulu.
Tell Me Lies? I haven't gotten into that, but there's like a zillion seasons of that.
It's
right?
a lot of seasons. It is a lot going on there. And it's a friend group that's extremely toxic. Extremely toxic. And you think, well, why would you want to watch that? It's one of those shows where you're like, it's the train wreck. It's the classic case of watching a train wreck and you can't turn away.
I'm kind of over those shows. See, like, I like Love on the Spectrum because it's the opposite of a train wreck. It is like
Happy,
so
feel good.
wholesome. You're rooting for these characters, but they do. There's one character that's so funny and just reminded me of that. He'll say something. He'll ask somebody a question, but then he'll say to himself secretly, like I'd be like, so do you like red bottoms? Please say no. Please say no. Please say no. And then you'll say yes. But dang it.
Really?
But there's a so that's what I was thinking about.
Oh, then I'll have to watch that.
It's
I'm also
such a
watching FLDS,
I am too.
Latter-day Saints. I
I'm
can't remember what
watching
the
that
F stands
too.
for.
I
drawing
can't
a blank.
remember either.
But yes, so that is definitely not an uplifting show either. I don't know what this says about us.
That one's the cult show,
Warren
and
Jeffs.
the guy that has all the wives.
And Sam Bateman, I believe, who came behind him and said he's the prophet. And very interesting documentary style if you're into that.
Yeah, gotta check that out. All right, we at least we got to catch up a little bit.
Exactly.
We gotta take a quick break, but coming up, actress Ife Butler is gonna join us in a host chat. She is starring in Ma Rainey's Bottom. We gotta check that out. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Beautiful shot of our city, looking at the city from our camera at Navy Pier. That fog has gotten on out of here. Our next guest is a friend of the show, longtime friend of the show, and currently starring in the Goodman Theater's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Please welcome actress and singer Ife Butler.
It is so good to see you guys.
It's been too long.
I know, before you got married, Miss Thing.
Oh,
Has it been that long?
Yes, it has.
and guess what year this is? 5.
Girl, congratulations.
I made it. She made it.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
5 years that you made it?
Oh, child, please, you can get through 5 years. You're doing good.
I think it used to be, remember Rokon would come, I think it was like 7, where he said
Yeah.
you should renew the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should treat marriages like NBA contracts and NFL contracts. It's time to renew.
I agree. And in the contract year, you're always on your best behavior.
Absolutely.
The contract year is really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many years you been married?
Yeah.
I've been married now 47.
Wow. So now that is you made it.
That's right. That deserves a round of applause.
That is you made it.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
What's the secret?
Conversation and being friends. Because it changes, you evolve.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the same person you started out with. You're going to grow, and you got to make sure that, remember, they're going to keep growing and you're going to keep changing. So you got to remember, every time you see something that gets weird, you go, wait a minute, I'm probably doing something weird too.
Right.
And so talk about it instead of just going, I don't like it when you're not like that. Well, of course, you're going to have those moments,
Yeah.
but you got to keep the conversation going and knowing we're going to keep growing.
And
and changing.
the key thing, when you say friends, I remember growing up as a little girl, my father would say to me, and I'm talking like young girl, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatnot. He said, always be friends with the Joe Henry, because the hanky-panky will stop.
That is an old
It
school-
does.
That is an old
That
school
goes to
word.
tell you about, right? He would say, be friends. And I'm thinking, like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm 12 years old, whatever, 13. But now as an adult,
Yes.
and I'm like, I know exactly what
Gotta
you
be
mean.
friends.
You gotta be friends. Now we're talking to you, Ryan. You gotta be friends. You gotta laugh.
Right. Please laugh.
That's the best thing.
You know, because you get aches and pains, and I watch my husband move around, and I go, ooh, okay.
Well, Ife, obviously you have started a lot of shows.
Yes.
You got a big show, and you are the big star of this show.
That's what they tell me.
right here in Chicago.
Now, she the birthday.
Who's the birthday?
It's a birthday.
Okay, now how did this role come about? Did you have to audition? Did they seek you out?
Actually, I've worked with Chuck Smith many, many years, and so he called me and he asked me, did I want to do it? And it was a role, when you talk about August Wilson, you can't turn that down. And this was one of the most iconic roles that he wrote, and it was the first role that he wrote for a woman. And he doesn't write a lot of shows with women in them.
Right.
And so for him to take a historic figure like Ma Rainey, Gertrude, and do a story about her based on her, it was a great thing. So how can you turn that down?
And you're getting to work with Harry Lennox Jr. now
Yes,
in a different who
Harry.
started that
He's
30
a
years
great
ago.
musical director.
He is.
He really, really is. A lot of people don't know that he's steeped in music because he can play music. He plays several instruments. He taught music in Chicago Public School
he did.
District. So he is the man. He's the man. He's got a great eye. I love him.
Tell us who Ma Rainey is, and what are the similarities or differences between Ife Butler?
Okay, that's a loaded question. Anyway, Gertrude Ma Rainey was the first original blues singer. And she came from the South, of course, and she lived her life. She was doing things way ahead of her time.
Right.
She had her own record company. People worked for her. She didn't work for them.
She had main character energy.
Oh, yes. She main character energy. She had a car in 27. She was a woman that was vast, and she created the sound that we know as blues, the singing sound of blues. And so she is the mother, the originator of blues. So to be able to do something like that is great. I kind of think akin when it comes to Chicago. I've been very blessed to be in Chicago, and they've made me kind of like the first lady of theater. I know what that responsibility is. I know how heavy that is, and I love that. And so I resonate with her in those ways.
Yeah.
When you have to be a leader and be strong sometimes, but yet find the softness and the energy that it is to do what she did, to be a woman of that time, and to do that and make strides and hit the glass ceiling and break it for other women coming ahead. It's a great deal. So,
She did that. And tomorrow's National Record Day.
absolutely.
And you're doing something special for that tomorrow.
Yes, I'm going to Beverly Records, which is in Beverly neighborhood, and we're dropping the needle on vinyl of a compilation of her music. And you know, Beverly Records is an international record store, so I'm going to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, cutting the ribbon and going in there, dropping that needle, and thousands of people will be there. And we ask you to join us.
That's awesome.
And come and celebrate Gertrude Ma Rainey.
There you go.
This is a
Ife
busy
Butler.
lady.
Yes, very busy. And you can catch Ife Butler tomorrow morning at Beverly Records, as we mentioned. Celebrate the Record Store Day, and she is starring in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom at Goodman Theater. We have the details on our website, abc7chicago.com.
You gotta come back sooner. Don't be a stranger.
Okay. Anytime you need me, baby. You guys look fabulous too. I want to say that. Y'all don't know how gorgeous they are.
Ife is the best. All right, coming up next, we're going to hear about an event hosted by two great bands for one incredible cause.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, tonight, two very popular Chicago bands, High Infidelity and Seventh Heaven, will join forces to support a great cause. They are performing at Rock Out to Knockout, with proceeds helping to fight Parkinson's disease. Joining us today is the lead singer of High Infidelity, Dave Mikulskis, and the president of the Illinois chapter of American Parkinson's Disease Association, Michael Hill. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so Dave, tell us about this event and how this got started.
Well, it got started because I had said on the microphone at one show, I 2018 I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and I'm still here. And Mike came up to me at the break and said, "Hey, you say you have Parkinson's?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, we should do something." I said, "I want to do some sort of an event." So and that was in August, and here we are today.
Yeah, and Mike, you're affected by it as well.
Yeah, I was diagnosed in February of 2024 and joined the APDA last year and wanted to give back, wanted to do something about it, not just let it take over me. So as Dave said, we went to watch High Infidelity, and he mentions fairly casually, throws out his diagnosis, and we had that conversation, and 8 months later, here we are.
Yeah, Dave, was it tough to come forward with that? What made you want to share that?
It wasn't that tough. At first, it was devastating when I first found out. But
and how did you find out?
I went to to a neurologist, and basically she said you either had Parkinson's or you had a disc problem. And I went and got an MRI, and I didn't have a disc problem. And she said, "Well, then it's Parkinson's." I said, "That's it. Those are my choices." So I found out that way. She called me on the phone, and they told me over the phone. And I was at work, and I said, my boss said, "Do you want to go home?" And I said, "No, I don't want to be alone. I want to keep working. I want to work." And I've been working ever since. So I mean, I don't let it. I went home that night and I said, "I'm not going to let it get me.
Yeah,
I'm going to just do what I do."
It's got to be scary, though.
Sometimes I see people struggling, and so it is some difficult sometimes.
Yeah, Mike, how many people in our country are affected by Parkinson's?
Well, over 1 million people are impacted and diagnosed with Parkinson's. 90,000 new diagnoses a year. It's the fastest growing progressive brain disease in the world right now. And they just came out with a report the APDA helped fund, where they said there's over an $83 billion economic impact because of Parkinson's.
Wow. Now, naturally, when you hear that word, you think about Michael J. Fox and the influence and the impact that he has had. Has that been a game changer?
He has. His organization, his foundations, donated billions of dollars to research, and obviously he's been an unbelievable spokesperson for Parkinson's, brought it to light. And they're definitely the gorilla in the fundraising aspect world of Parkinson's.
Yeah. Now, Dave, tell us about tonight. Now, you guys are a very popular band. You buddies with my guys, 16 Candles.
That's right, yeah.
Seventh Heaven. You're three of the most popular bands in the city. So what can fans expect tonight?
So tonight we've got a show we're putting on. Seventh Heaven is going to start the night, kick off the night at 7:30. And then we'll come on with Matt Cassane in between, sort of bridging the gap between two bands. And then we'll come on at 9 o'clock, 9:30. And it's going to be a great time. We've got some silent auctions. We've got special guests that we can't talk about.
Yeah,
but special guests. But it's going to be a great time.
Goes live Rosemont, 6:30, doors open. Act start at 7:30. DJ Boss spinning some records before, in between, and after the band. Two great bands, one great cause. It's going to be an unbelievable night.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, I'm anchoring sports tonight, but I'm coming to a show very soon.
All right, good.
And you're going to let me hop up?
Absolutely.
All right. We got it on tape here. All right. Rock Out to Knockout is tonight at 7:30 at Joe's Live in Rosemont. Head to our website for all the ticket info. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Coming up after the break, we're going to show you a quick and easy recipe for pan-seared pork medallions. Yum. We'll be right back. Oh, it looks gorgeous out there. Welcome back. You know, we all have busy schedules and don't always have time or want to deal with complicated recipes and all of that stuff. So Alessi makes it delicious and easy.
I still want Lisa to come over and cook it for me. Lisa Miller is the store director at Strachan Van Til in Cherville, Indiana. She has a quick and simple recipe with very little prep and a whole lot of flavor.
My name is Lisa Miller. I am a store director for Strachan Van Til Food Markets in Northwest Indiana. Today I am at the beautiful Cherville location, and I am going to prepare for you pan-seared pork tenderloin medallions with rosemary and garlic, served on a bed of fresh spring greens with a black garlic balsamic vinaigrette, made with ingredients courtesy of Alessi. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my vinaigrette for my spring greens, a half a cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of Alessi black garlic balsamic reduction, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, just a pinch of oregano, fresh black pepper, and then I'm going to add some sea salt, some coarse ground sea salt. Put the lid on this, I'm going to shake it up. We're going to drizzle that on a little bit. So I have a whole pork tenderloin, cut that into medallions, inch and a half, and I'm just going to season those with some coarse salt and black pepper, some olive just to give it some flavor. And then add in some of these beautiful tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes on the vine. We're actually going to baste the pork medallions with this mixture while they're cooking. And I'm going to add in a few knobs of butter. Now I'm going to add in my garlic that I crushed and a couple of sprigs of rosemary. And this is going to infuse into the pork and into this wonderful butter and olive oil. I'm going to add my spring greens on the bottom. I'm going to add pork to the plate, add our mushrooms and our tomatoes. Aren't those beautiful? I usually take my reduction and I just do a little drizzle like that. This is such a beautiful dish. It's an easy weeknight meal. There's not a lot of prep, and it takes probably less than half an hour from start to finish. And I recommend that you pair it with wine, pan-seared pork medallions with a black garlic balsamic reduction, served on a bed of spring greens. Manja!
The black garlic balsamic reduction sounds like molto bene on any dish. But if you want the full step-by-step recipe for Lisa's pan-seared pork medallions, just head to abc7chicago.com.
All right. Speaking of Italian, you're getting a big award from the Dante Award in May 7th.
The Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. Yeah, I've gone to this luncheon for 20 years. So
I've done a time or two too.
yeah, so to get the announcement, it's a big honor, especially when you're Italian.
And our president, the general manager, John Eiler, also being recognized with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, and sometimes, some years they've had people introduce you, and you select the person to introduce you. So if that is the case, you know who's introducing me.
You the birthday.
And you'll be the honorary Italiano.
Yes, and I'm going to say Chiavarini.
There you go.
We
See?
salute our Chiavarini.
You have to introduce me now.
Oh, come on. Who did you say said I couldn't? I'm going to tell right now I couldn't do it.
Tell Ron Onesti.
Ron Onesti, what's up? I got to introduce Ryan Chiavarini.
I'm going to send him this clip.
Please do. I'm going to get my notes together.
Ciao.
Ciao. Arrivederci.